alcohol, social media networks, drugs, shopping, cakes, animations, sports, online video games. The brain is all set to end up being addicted to anything. However, we require to comprehend how this takes place. What does desire suggest? Everything that an individual does pursues an objective. Even not doing anything, it is needed for relaxation. The responsibility to kind inspiration in the brain lies with the striatum. It is the center of control of our actions, and it likewise notifies us that the objective has actually been accomplished. For instance, you enjoyed it. The striatum continuously gains from its own experience. It remembers what you liked and how you accomplished it. And it provides to repeat, equates previous enjoyments into real desires. It sends out signals, tips, advises of a scrumptious cake, enjoyable sex, unwinding at the computer system after a working day, or perhaps more effective rewards, such as drugs. These signals include the aid of dopamine, a neurotransmitter that is sent to the striatum from the center of the brain. Dopamine promotes the satisfaction center, and the more it is, the more powerful the yearning for the item of desire. However, why is it so tough to get rid of this yearning? Why can't you change from it to something else? The issue is the short-term beauty of the preferred item, in which other objectives are diminished. Every individual experiences a dependency. When we refer to the term addiction, it cannot be favorable. That indicates that we are exceedingly based on something and cannot get rid of it. Let's choose betting, which is thought about to be one of the most addicting things on the planet. Individuals are associated with betting to make some cash and perhaps enhance their lives. Most of the time, they wind up being broke and are left without a cent. Nevertheless, even in such scenarios, they decline to quit their practices. Live roulette is thought about to be one of the most addicting amongst bettors. Yet some of the roulette games online position some limitations on extreme play from clients. However, even that does not assist veteran gamers to get rid of this dependency, which eventually triggers lots of interruptions in personal life too. Two systems in our brain. There are two various systems in our brain. One is accountable for desire, and the other is for satisfaction. These are two various neural circuits. They are carefully adjoined, however, they can completely exist without each other. And normally, these two systems operate in consistency. We desire what we like, and we like what we desire. However, it deserves this interaction to collapse, which is it, an individual ends up being reliant. Under regular scenarios, getting an award, such as chocolate, leads to the activation of the desire system, and the development of dopamine high adequate to conclude what wonderful sweets, I want more. But with each brand new sweet wrapper, the satisfaction falls, the taste starts to appear too cloying, and the brain makes a second conclusion. Well, now these sweets are not so tasty as they seemed at the beginning, perhaps enough. Desire falls too. But everything modifications, if the benefit can hack the dopamine system straight, like alcohol or drug, or indirectly, with the aid of unpredictability and novelty, like pornography and betting. If you include some strong drug to sugary foods, then dopamine levels increase to the limitation. How is dopamine produced? When dopamine is launched at the centers of the brain's benefit system, we experience pleasure, satisfaction, and relaxation. This exists in the majority of our standard survival requirements, such as sex, food, social status, etc. Several research studies have actually recommended that dopamine plays a crucial function in knowledge and memory. Dopamine assists us to keep in mind info, reinforces the connections in between the nucleus accumbens and other locations of the brain that are accountable for the performance of memory. Besides, according to research studies, finding out procedures with a psychological part are more reliable, and dopamine plays an essential function in these procedures. Dopamine is likewise a crucial consider associative knowing. One research study reveals that stimulation of the dopamine paths in the substantia nigra black compound, which was accompanied by a benefit for the individuals and the experiment, inspired them to repeat the stimulation that preceded the preferred benefit. How is dopamine associated with dependency? Dependence suggests an extreme desire for something, loss of control over the usage of the preferred item, and its more usage, regardless of the unfavorable results. Reliance customizes the brain by altering healthy methods of taking pleasure in and interrupting the regular performance of knowledge and inspiration. In addition to increasing dopamine production, drugs synthetically decrease its processing and removal. Due to this, a buildup of a big quantity of dopamine in the synaptic space, more than 150%, and for a long period of time is observed in the body. The buildup of dopamine in the brain leads to the development of brand new receptors for this hormonal agent. With time, the brain adapts, and dopamine stops to act. This decreases the sense of satisfaction triggered by a compound or behavior. That is why individuals with bad practices require to increase the dosage to get the exact same result. This is called tolerance or dependency.